How's it going, Sha?
I'm fine. My question is, how are you doing?
Honestly, I feel blessed, Sha. I feel good.
Okay. You want to explain to the people?
Yeah, I'm in a good place. So,
I'm in a good. Yo, when you start a story with "I'm in a good place," strap in, everybody.
I mean, it's just like, yo, like the end of last year, beginning of this year, like the last like 6 weeks.
Uh huh.
Admittedly, a lot of stuff like went down that either health wise affected my house or
Mm-hmm.
money affected my house.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I got that weird ear infection that lasted 5 weeks.
Right.
They're like, I'm just now getting my hearing back after 3 bouts of
Oh
antibiotics.
boy.
So I had that. I had a COVID scare from my daughter's school, then got COVID anyway.
Okay.
My wife then got COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because of all of that, I haven't done a comedy show in 6 weeks now, so I've had no paid work.
Right.
Was too sick to do online work the 2 weeks that it got offered,
Mm-hmm.
so I couldn't do that. My wife now is making less money, right? Because she's making that like sick pay shit because she went through all her sick days
Right.
with the COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
Both kids then got COVID after initially not testing when we got it.
Sure.
So then they had to quarantine double long. They came out of vacation, then had a quarantine because we had COVID, then had a quarantine because they had COVID.
Mm-hmm.
My stove broke,
Right.
right?
You discussed that.
Remember that? So we had to deal with extra people in the house,
Right.
extra meals with less cooking options. You know what I mean? Cooking for 4 on a Foreman grill is not the ideal for 3 meals a day. We did that here.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? We made it through that era, you know? And then, like on, what was this? On Saturday, I think it was. I know the day I tweeted it.
Uh-huh.
That day, I went out to get some food. Gabby's still not feeling great. So I'm trying to like, do the chefing
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. So I'm getting the little utensils I know how to use.
Mm-hmm.
And I come home and she's like, yo, the neighbor's house is on fire. I'm like, what? So I get home and like normally like I got options, so like her parents are 6 blocks away. So I'm like, yo, take you and the kids over there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not home. My mom and dad ain't home and they live on the same block. So like I had nowhere to like officially send them. I ended up like finding like my parents' keys so they was able to chill there for safety.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I had to deal with the fire on my block, right? Because the owner of that building was in there, but you could access everything from mine, the roof and all of that.
Right.
So I had to deal with the fire department. And like I was helpful, but it was more so like they would find me just in time to apologize for what they broke, but never in time to help. You're like, oh, you the guy that owns this house? Yeah, yo, my bad. We had to cut down this door or kick in this thing. Then like the building is from 1901. So like there's like weird wiring shit where like they had to cut off my electricity to not fuck up their house.
Uh-huh.
And like it was like some weird like part of the block where like 3 of the houses are connected in underground.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that their shit messing up could lead to my messing up. So like I'm watching a fire with people that like I know and care about losing shit, and I'm also like, yeah, but like, yo, is it gonna stop there? Like I feel for you,
Right.
but don't mess up my too. And it was so like, and I'm also tight because I know the dude, the fire was because some dude like left some oil grease on and went to like the store.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So like I'm heated at that dude, but also like I feel for him. He's an old dude. He forgets stuff.
Right.
So I'm dealing with all of that. The fire wraps up,
Uh-huh.
and I go through the whole building. And also like earlier that day, my son made another like second parent joke. So like I'm going through my son thinks I'm the second parent, right? He's like, Gabby's officially the top parent,
Oh,
right?
okay.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
parent too, right? And I've made the argument that like that's only because Gabby does the majority of work, but I do the crazy work. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, so right now, the whole time I'm thinking, you're right. She is ideal parent, but when the house is on fire and I gotta like, go through the smoke-filled house,
Mm-hmm.
that's where it balances out, right? Because
Uh-huh.
I got to deal with this part dolo. So like I was a little like in my feelings going through this carbon monoxide filled 3-family house,
Right.
changing batteries in the carbon monoxide machines,
Uh-huh.
testing out the wiring, making sure that nobody's house got burnt. And it slowly started hitting me, okay, everybody's safe. So that's a blessing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then I checked through the wiring, all 3 apartments, all good, all the wiring is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go through the things that the fire department broke, and I was able to fix it, Sha.
That's
Like
great.
me. Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is dope. I could fix this. I opened the fuse box, and on God, I feel like it like did the Neo fucking numbers shit happen. Like I'd never understood it until Saturday. I looked at all that shit and I knew what to turn,
Right.
or the lights came on,
Uh-huh.
And then I go through the door that the fire department kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
I got a hammer, bang that shit back. It works.
Okay.
The lock got broken.
Uh-huh.
I had a spare lock of that size that I had bought years ago as an accident and decided not to return it in case of emergencies. One of my first old man decisions, I felt
Right.
like,
Yeah.
and I had it. I was like, boom. And I called Gabby up like 20 minutes later, and she was thinking it was going to be like, I got to calm my husband down because he's still stressed convo.
Right.
But in actuality, it was, everything is handled convo.
Uh-huh.
And so, she was happy. So I got to hear the pride of her being happy with what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then it hit me like, yo, she had my back this whole time. Like she checking in on my health, A.
Mm-hmm.
B, she was able to handle the most important thing, the kids,
Mm-hmm.
so that I could focus on all this shit,
Right.
And all of this got done, and I was still able to finish seeing the playoff game on TV.
Well,
I got to sit down.
Thank God for that.
Hell yeah. So I'm watching football, like none of that crazy shit happened.
Uh-huh.
And I started writing jokes, and I'm like, yo, I write jokes for a living. I'm watching football 15 minutes after this house could have been on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Life was great. I got a new stove that I thought my wife was being passive aggressive about. Turns out she loves that shit. She's cooking up a storm.
I told you.
Life is good, Sha. I felt blessed. Like I feel like I wrote all that shit out, and like I guess I should have put like a smiley face on it. I don't know. Like it was more like, yeah, I survived all this shit and I'm still good. So like it can't get worse.
I mean, it can always get worse. Well, that's how I, that's my idea of pepping someone up is it can always get worse. So be happy it's where it is now.
I'm with it.
So no one really comes to me for pep talks. But that's great that you came out on the positive end of things.
Yeah.
Because that could have been terrible.
Yeah, admittedly.
Yeah. I know we know someone, Courtney Farrington, friend of the show, who lived in an apartment where they were like the 3rd floor and there was a fire on the 1st floor. And the firemen were just so excited that they jumped up on the roof and stomped through their ceiling and then kicked their door in and wouldn't fix it or couldn't fit. Like the landlord was just like, well, I don't know what to do. And so he and his partner had to live in a hotel for like, I don't know, 2 months, 6 weeks, 2 months. Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it definitely with the fire not touching them at all.
Yeah.
But from all the damage of these, these fucking Spider-Man firefighters, just
like I appreciate the work they do.
yeah,
Sincerely,
no, I'm
they
not
saved
knocking
our
them.
ass. That shit was fire.
Mhm.
But like some of the things they were telling me they broke, I was like, yo, you ain't need to break that. You just wanted to try that
Exactly.
while you were here. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we got this new tactic. We got a new house to try this shit on.
Mhm.
You know? Like, yeah, you ain't need 3 people kicking in that one door.
Yeah.
I seen that door.
Right.
Okay. It's wood.
Yeah, every time a firefighter was just like, "Oh, sorry, man, we did that." Courtney was like, "Why? You didn't even. The fire ain't up here, dog."
No,
What were the rest of it? So someone downstairs where the fire was? But
I don't know how many times. Like I remember by the end of it, I was like, I feel like I've told all of you, I'm here. Like I own the house. I'm here. Like you need some, let me know. I got all the keys. I promise you, every key you need.
Oh wow!
But they did awesome work. Admittedly, like it got controlled fast, and but yeah, it just like all the things that I have around me felt like really dope. Like even the next day, like there was like I wanted to like double check that I did everything correct.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my dad around a block away
mm-hmm.
who was able to spend like 2 hours to just verify that I didn't fuck up this house.
Right.
You know, like that's a blessing. That's just dope.
Yeah.
He just walked around the crib. He poked that shit. He told me things that I could do better in general that had nothing to do with the fire.
Well, of course.
You know,
Yeah.
and I loved all of it. It might have annoyed me admittedly 2 weeks ago, but it felt great to hear him complain. Yeah, you should paint this. Yeah, hell yeah, I should paint that shit, Dad. You damn right. I'm gonna do that. It felt awesome. I was so like, I feel good. I feel dope. I'm genuinely like happy with how shit is,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I felt blessed because like, I get to get back to doing this shit. I get to talk with Shao on the podcast and just to sling jokes. Some people call this a profession somehow. It's crazy.
Well,
life is wild, Sha.
That's fantastic. I'm glad it wasn't tragic. But it was, you packed. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't have room for a smiley face on the tweet, but you packed a lot in the tweet as to all that had happened.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bruh, I think you slightly mentioned 2 of those things on the podcast. And I get, you may not want everybody knowing all your business. I understand that. But I would have thought one of those would have leaked out. I'm like, this is a lot. Also, I feel like now is when I should mention that we are currently in a Mercury retrograde, but I think things are going up for you.
We out here, baby.
Yours was early. Like, you're good. I think right now is the time for reflection and patience, but I think you're good.
Let's do it. I don't know how far of a retrograde can retrograde.
Yeah.
But it's retrograded.
You're good. I think it's gone as backwards as it's going to be.
That's
for you right now. You may be just a month early than the rest of us.
Oh, man. But yeah, I feel good. I'm hyped. You know what I mean? I can't control what's on the news that we're going to cover, though. So, admittedly, my bad. But I'm going to give you the most enthusiastic takes as I can of this shit.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Someone should. I am, I don't know if it's low energy as it is no energy. But
why is that, sir?
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's probably the winter blahs or something. I probably just feel blah.
I thought you'd be like on the high. I know you had like the recent trip out of town. You did the show in Denver.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, okay, my homie traveling.
Well, first off, they took my lotion on the way back, and I was upset, but I also understood that the people of Denver need my lotion more than I do. And I'm not speaking to its whiteness. I'm not connecting the dots between whiteness and Denver. It's just one dot. There are no plural of dots. I do know on my way out there, I was the only black person on my plane, the only person of color, the only BIPOC on my plane and on the flight. And also the only person without, a lightweight like goose vest. And again, not connecting whiteness to Denver, but like, how did all of them have one but me? All of them? Come on. But I mean, I guess it was fine. I had not been in front of anyone telling jokes since December like 17th. So it was almost a full month, and I had to do like 30 minutes.
Oh shit.
And so I was just like, "Bleh." So when I booked it, it was because the following week I was going to be going to San Francisco to do a 40-minute set. And as part of San Francisco Sketch Fest, a big festival that happens. Right. And that has been postponed until 2023. Whole thing.
Oh,
they picked up the whole festival and rescheduled it roughly the same amount. And it's a month-long festival. Picked it up, rescheduled it for January, February 2023. But I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm sure in a year I will have a better 30. But let me just go on to Denver though, and let me do the show. And so I ended up doing a few shows. And I guess it was me trying to remember how to do comedy again, but I've been struggling with coming up with jokes, feeling that my jokes are played out. So much is happening so quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I feel like I'm not able to get a read on any of it because I don't have any hot takes or funny takes on anything that's happening. Not that it's all making me sad, but I am now becoming numb to it. And and that's not good if you have to create stuff on it, basically. And so I've just been basically blocked, writer's block and whatnot. So this was just me trying to remember how to tell jokes. And then I don't know if they liked me. They were mostly polite.
Oh no, Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, yes, certainly during a set, a couple just started making out. So for 15 minutes, they made out. I wasn't talking about anything sexy. So, and then other tables where people were just talking through the whole thing, and I was just like, well, I mean, look here, it's a Saturday late show. I'm just,
right.
I know what that is. I know what that is. So I'm not even gonna, and I'm not confident in my skills right now to go at you and try to get you to calm down. I don't care right now. I'm just battling. I'm just trying to, paddle through these jokes and see if they're even funny anymore. But I got to see someone who lives out in California, a great comedian named Keith Johnson, who is hilarious, and I hadn't seen him in quite some time, so we got to do shows together, and it was nice. That part was nice.
Good.
But I still want my lotion back, Denver. You owe me lotion, although y'all so dry. I mean, take it, I guess. The guy literally was like, "Do you have some sort of yogurt in your bag?" And I'm like, "Yogurt? Oh,
yogurt?
Lord. Y'all don't know what lotion looks like?
Seriously?
Come on.
What kind of container would be confused as yogurt for lotion?
I don't know. It's it's just like the kind that's just like in a tub with a screw top.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's terrible.
I don't know.
I kind of see if it was like you have foundation. That's kind of like the same as like the Chobani.
Oh no,
like,
the lotion.
Like
I mean, tube, I guess it's like the container itself. I guess like, might look like a lotion or a yogurt container. It's about that size because it's a small one to take.
Right.
But I don't know. It was 1 ounce too many or some shit like that. So,
because I'm picturing like when I think of lotion, like I'm like the only like yogurt that's similar to
is like Go-Gurt
lotion. Yeah, it's Go-Gurt.
Yeah, like, no, it's not the kind in a squeeze tube. It's a kind in like a tub. They have like a body butter or something like that.
Right.
So it's the container looks like that, but I guess through the X-ray vision of the machine, it just looked like. I guess the closest he could decide on was yogurt. I don't know. I don't know what's happening out there in Denver, but
man, they suck at Pictionary and all those type of games. Like when you see that on the like, that's your first guess.
Yeah.
Like how many people are?
I don't know.
How many people in Denver are like? How many people would have to sneak yogurt through an airport before your first instinct starts to become yogurt?
Yeah.
See that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. It's my bad for it being lotion. Maybe yogurt made more sense to him.
Look at that. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, his instinct was like, yeah, definitely yogurt. Like, yo, that's wild.
I don't know. I was just like, hey man, I got it. I don't have time. I'm trying to get out of your fair city, so I don't care.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to donate that lotion to him.
Yeah. That's how I'm just like, yep, have it.
Yeah. Put that out there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry, the whole experience wasn't what you deserve.
Oh no, it's precisely what I deserved. Having some sets that feel a little rough to me and not sure if and trying to get back into it. It was great. It was great for that.
Okay. Okay.
And the stakes being considerably lower since that festival has been rescheduled.
Yeah.
So it was less like, let me get this 30 in shape, and more of a, let me see if I remember how to do this, because that's where my mind was then. So I'm kind of glad that it worked out the way it did. Because, I mean, listeners may not know, but when you do stand-up, if you don't do stand-up I'll give you 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
On that 5th day, you have forgotten how to do stand-up.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's very strange.
It's a skill you got to be in.
Yeah, you have to constantly do it. So to not have done it for a month.
And then to go to and not just like go into it, do a half.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
you ain't gonna do no 10-minute set at a bar. Like,
no, nothing, because nobody was booking anything. So,
oh man, we got listeners. I promise you, this is still a comedy podcast.
It is.
We getting over some things, but we here. We gonna be funny again. We gonna believe in ourselves. I'm not even sure if I'm telling y'all this so much as I'm telling us this.
No,
okay?
This is for us.
This is for us.
This one's for everybody.
This is the podcast pivot point right here. Okay, we officially cater to our egos and self-esteems at the moment.
Yep.
We need it sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
That's it. Let's get into the news. Study reveals that workers don't usually know they're underpaid. That's right. A study found many workers underestimate how much they'd make in the same job at a different company. If you had to guess what you think your coworkers make in the same field, but at a different company, could you do that? A new study at MIT, UC Berkeley, the University of Cologne, and the London School of Economics suggests that many people underestimates their colleagues' income. It asked 516 part and full-time employers in 2019 and 2020 how much they think they'd make if they'd find a new job in the same occupation within 3 months. Most people believe they'd make about the same. The truth, they were actually underestimating other wages and their occupation's median salary. The study claims that if workers knew the truth, 10 to 17% of the jobs would no longer be viable without a pay hike.
Ooh.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Yes, indeed. I love this.
Yeah.
So get out there, start sharing that information.
Yeah. Oh, also, you should know the whole thing that they tell you at your job where they're just like, hey, don't share what you make. It's against policy. You shouldn't. No, it's bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's bullshit. That's just so that y'all don't get to talking and kikiing and finding out what everybody's making. It's not illegal.
Word up.
It's not illegal. You can do that.
Say that shit loud.
Yeah.
Tell everybody. I'm about this. I like that this type of stuff is getting shared out there. You know what I mean? Get on Reddit if you're scared to say it in your own name.
Get on Reddit and find out.
Get on Reddit. Say it with your mans in them on there. Just have a cool nickname,
Hey.
He who should be paid more by lunch.
Not that long ago, I found out that someone who was hired in my department long after me was making more than me.
Yeah.
Not by a lot. I mean, it still was kind of, but I had asked twice for some sort of increase because they saw that they could trust me with some things, and there was no like title increase or whatever, but there, I was just like, look, if you could just throw me a couple of shekels, like give me some ducats.
Yeah.
Just, you got me doing some extra stuff. And and then we hired some more people, and I'm training these people and blah blah blah, and this particular person, I'm cleaning up, and she left her pay stub out, and I looked and was just like, I'm sorry, what? After I've asked twice for just a little something, and she was starting, that was a new starting salary, and they didn't bump the rest of us up to that. They just started new people at it. And so I was upset, and then ended up getting a job in the same place, but in a different department. And was lowballed in that one as well. And was aware. I was like, no, you are definitely lowballing, because I know the person who had this position before, and they told me what they made. And, I know what you are able to pay. And they swore they couldn't do it. I'm like, oh, is it because you're giving it to people who I trained in the other department? Is that where all my extra money is going? So yeah. And then ended up looking into the job that I have now, which I think it pays well, and I bet if I were to check, I'm sure I'm wrong.
We gotta put the word out there, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Pay Sha what he's worth. Okay?
No, don't do that, because I'm doing terrible work. Don't. That's why I don't push it. I'm like, well, I'm not really giving it my all right now. So.
Oh man, yeah, I'm a building owner, so I can't really yell at me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like this though in spirit. I think this is dope. More people should share this type of info. I think it's ill. As I think it's good in so many ways. It's good for negotiation. It's good for I think it provides a weird peace of mind.
I don't know. It's stressful when you find out that others make more. Yeah, it's very stressful. It's not, I mean, you may think it's easy to go in and just be like, hey, I saw so-and-so made this, I demand more.
Yeah.
It is not that easy. Not everyone's built that way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, some people just want to do their work and just get paid. And it was stressful to even like try to haggle with the people in charge for the second position that I had, knowing like what they got paid. And I asked for this, and you know what I mean? Because I still need the job. So you can haggle your way right out of a job. You know what I mean? Especially depending on where you are. We could have somebody in here. That last person we had before we brought you up, that was a temp. You know what I mean? That person was hired from a temp to this and still got paid more than what I got, having already worked there for a year and a half.
Yeah.
So like, it's not necessarily easy to throw your weight around. And, you're also, gender pay disparity comes into play. Race stuff can come into play. Like there's a lot. So it's not like, yeah, this is great. Now I know what I'm worth. But if, these people are higher up because they're cutthroat.
Right.
So that doesn't necessarily mean like, great, I know what I could get paid somewhere else. I mean, you run the risk of them going, all right, go on there then. You know what I mean?
Go find that.
Yeah, go on and see what they do. But we're done with you. Anything to keep. It's so much easier to. I mean, that kind of stuff happens all the time where you just don't make the upgrades, and you kind of end up forcing people out. So then you can bring in, green people who don't know the history and don't know,
right,
and then pay them whatever little piddly amount, or pay them a little bit more because you have to increase a little bit. The whole time saying, don't talk to anyone. You know what? I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna pay you $2 more than we paid the last person, but don't tell anyone.
Damn, man.
It's really shitty. So I'm all for talking about it. If only I say share all of the terrible things that businesses do to their employees in the hopes that we can put a little bit of the fear of God into them.
Hell yeah.
That's what the whole great resignation thing is, like really spook them and let them try to be passive aggressive, just like, well, we would stay open or do these things, but we don't have enough people. The people don't want to work. Nah, you don't want to pay them, bruh. There's so many places where as soon as they're like, fine, we'll raise it up to like 20 an hour. Suddenly they had not just employees, but happy fucking employees.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it took. Just pay them.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ain't a crazy surprise.
So but it can really weigh on you, that the haggling thing, if it's not something you're used to doing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, buy some crypto then.
Oh no, Lord.
Okay. Empower yourself. You don't need these people. You got Cardano, you got Ether, that's your new boss. They hold you down. They let you know when times are good or bad. They let you know. Okay, you can see it right in the numbers.
Yep.
You don't need these people.
Oh, Lord.
Airline CEOs warn 5G rollout could be catastrophic for travel. The chief executives of several major U.S. airlines and shipping firms have warned that a planned rollout of the 5G services could have a catastrophic consequence for travelers and commerce. The CEOs demanded immediate intervention from the government before planes are grounded by 5G service set to be deployed by AT&T and Verizon this week. Unless our major hubs are cleared to fly, the vast majority of the traveling and shipping public will essentially be grounded, read the letter signed by CEOs of American Airlines, Delta Airlines, United Airlines, and Southwest Airlines, and others. Jesus. The letter sent to the government, sent to several government agencies, said they fear that 5G services will interfere with the sensitive instruments that measure altitude on some planes, resulting in flight disruptions that could potentially strand tens of thousands of Americans overseas.
What the hell are they talking about?
Yo, you know what this sound like to me? Like, for real?
What?
I've read like 3 of these articles, like trying to figure out the story. It felt like they were still using the old shit.
Like old shit.
Old shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, you finally using some new shit that's so new it's gonna fuck up our old shit.
They're out here like programming flights on like an iPhone 4S.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, my cell phone is gonna take down your plane?
That's what that's because I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know much about 5G, but I know that it's not that, it's brand new, like brand new things. Like it's going to be, it'll be using whatever infrastructure's already out there, right?
Yeah, like I feel like
you just switch it to 5G.
Yeah, like, yo, 5G ain't been a secret. Like, we've been talking about this shit since 4G.
I know.
The whole time. Even if you ain't know 5G was coming, like, soon, you know how numbers work.
Right.
Right? You've seen 3G. You knew we went to 4G. At some point, 5G was coming.
As soon as 4G was available, they were like, and wait till 5G gets here.
Yeah. Like, whatever 5G is doing when 4G got turned on, like, your shit should have started flickering. Like, you might have to bang the TV. That should have been warning. Like, yo, we got to get ready. And they say that too. Like, the long running spat between AT&T and Verizon and the U.S. Airlines has been going on. The telecom firms had agreed to delay their 5G rollout another 2 weeks due to safety concerns. This is on top of an initial 6-month delay that they ran. So like, they've pushed it back twice for y'all. And this was during quarantine. People were flying less already. So you had 6 months, then 2 weeks, the quarantine. Yo, we going to 5, baby.
Yeah, I don't look. They've been talking up 5G. Look, people think that 5G created COVID, and that shit hadn't even been turned on yet. Do you understand how much we're already comfortable with 5G? That's on y'all, airlines. Y'all need to get with it.
Hell yeah. Word up.
I mean, if y'all up here still talking iPod technology, and they still got like headphone plugs.
Yo,
all their stuff.
Real, B.
What's going on? I mean, look, I get it. It's hard to change. It's hard to change. I guess maybe the commercial airline, maybe they thought that because they're commercial airlines, we weren't really going to go through with it.
Nah, B.
But I mean, I was on the plane out to Denver. That was an old plane. Like it had a monitor in the seat, in the headrest, right?
Okay.
But it was, you see how big I'm holding my hands up? That's how big the monitor was. It was, I was like, oh, I could just hold my phone. I could have taped my phone to the back of this headrest and it would have been comparable.
Awesome. It's just like, it bothers me because like, I'll give you the whole, turn off your phones when I'm on the plane. But you telling me my phone, like at my house?
Right.
It's fucking up your plane, B? I'm in Brooklyn. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with you, yo. What my 5G got to do with LaGuardia, okay?
I mean,
I'm nowhere near you guys.
Come on,
man. Get your shit together.
This is wild.
Jeez.
Y'all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Y'all knew it was coming. Quit bullshit.
3,
update.
4. I don't even remember 2G. I know we got to 3G.
I don't even know if we were calling them G's then.
Yeah. It was a thing. Then 3G.
Yeah, there was something, and then 3G, and then, oh boy, yeah, get it together. Y'all get it together, please. You asking a lot of money. That's the other thing, airlines. Y'all asking for a lot of money right now.
Word up.
Now that people are willing to kind of fly again, and I still I don't know. I feel like these CEOs need to come up off of at least one of their gold coins or something, a trunk full of gold coins, and put that money towards updating whatever needs to be updated for 5G.
Serious. Get your act together, man.
Yeah. How many extensions do you think? This ain't college. Come on. We ain't doing this.
5G go mess up our planes. The nonsense. Here's how much Netflix is raising its monthly subscription prices, yeah. That's right. Streaming Netflix is about to get more expensive. According to Variety, the streaming giant is raising the monthly subscription price of its standard plan in the U.S. by $1.50 for a total of $15.49 a month. Its premium plan will be jacked up by $2, bringing it to $19.99 a month. And the basic plan will still go up, but just $1 to $9.99 a month. We understand people have more entertainment choices than ever, and we're committed. We're committed to delivering even better experiences for our members, a Netflix spokesperson said in regards to the price hike. We're updating our prices so that we can continue to offer a wide variety of quality entertainment options. As always, we offer a range of plans so members can pick a price that works best for their budget, Sha.
I will pay the extra money if you promise me none of it goes to that goddamn Tiger King. Y'all got a bunch of shit on there. I ain't asked for it. Nobody's asking for it. You just force it on us. There's no way, if given the choice, it's because it comes up as soon as you turn on Netflix. It just comes up and people just go, what? And then they hit play. That's not, if you had to search for that, there's no way you'd stop for that. A lot of Netflix shows are things that you are changing channels while you're cleaning, looking for a Baby Boy or something to be playing. And then you see something about what these guys, they're an exterminator. Okay, I'll leave that on for a little bit, but you're not paying attention. That's not anything I'm paying $20 a month for. First off, I'm going to need you to start sending me DVDs again and a player. Send me a DVD player.
Word.
And DVDs again. I miss doing that.
Hell yeah.
So let's bring it back. Let's really wrap it all up in there. No money to a Tiger King. I don't want the Queer Eye dudes to get any of my money either. They seem like lovely people. I'm sure they are lovely people. I just don't watch them. If I don't watch them, they don't get my money. I feel like that's fine. If they're going to fix their algorithm to only show you versions of things that they have that they think you like.
Yeah.
You know how they do the thing, there's a movie out and there are multiple people in the movie, but based on your account and your algorithm and what you've liked, they switch out the person on the poster of it.
Oh, okay.
So there's some movie, say this new movie they did, Don't Look Up or something like that? Or Don't Look Down, whichever one. Depending on what they think you like, what they know about you, they will change up whichever actor to put on the poster of it to advertise it to you.
That's freaking brilliant.
Is it? Because they made me a poster with Tyler Perry on it because somewhere along the line they figured out I was black. So they gave me the one with Tyler Perry and I was like, you make me want to cancel putting Tyler Perry on. You better get all the way out of here. What are you talking about? Movies where like people, they find the one black person and they put their picture on it. And then you're like, I wonder what Taye Diggs has to do with this. He's in it for like 3 minutes. And you're like, why did you send me this movie?
No, I watching this because he's an executive producer.
I know, exactly.
Fuck, I care about how you get checks. I want to see the dude act.
Yeah.
Okay?
So they doing all this sneaky squirrel shit. They still haven't figured out that I don't care about much of the stuff that they keep pushing on to anyone else. I got to scroll deep in there to find the kind of stuff that I like. They need to get that algorithm better. They need to start sending me DVDs again. And really just, I'm adamant about Tiger King not getting any of my money. I can't.
Yeah. Yo, real talk. You just sold me on something there.
What's that?
I would pay for the price hike if they let us decide where a quarter of the money goes in terms of funding films. Like you guys understand this more than anybody, supposedly fine. Mm-hmm. You decide 3/4 of the project. Then the other quarter, all the people that submit to y'all saying, hey, we want to produce this film and y'all say no, put that up on some, like NBA finals or like a March Madness tournament. Let us vote 64 people in.
You want them to do a Netflix bracket?
Yeah, for real. Let the fans decide, and like we make the final four. But like we get the pick. Like that's where the $2 goes. It goes to those votes. Like you got the premium plan, mm-hmm. You get 4 votes.
Okay.
You got the regular plan, you get 2 votes. You got basic, you get 1 vote. And whatever projects get the most votes, they get made. And you're actively like giving people the power to decide what they've seen instead of forcing us to see Tiger King.
Right.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I ain't even gonna say I didn't binge watch it. I did all those things. But on God, I wouldn't have voted for that.
Right.
Like my life ain't better for it, I would have picked some other shit that would have enriched my life.
Right.
That was it was a real guilty pleasure.
It was what? It was the beginning of the pandemic for us.
Yeah.
And so it was something that we all could turn to and be like, COVID, huh? That's wild. Coronavirus. Look at this guy with the tiger. That's literally what the vibe was then. Everybody nervously watching this guy and his tigers. And then after a few months, people were like, this shit's serious, huh? But not me. Yeah. I wasn't watching that tiger, dude. I was worried immediately. By the time everybody else started getting worried, I had already crafted a will. Come on now.
Oh man, yeah, this is my line. I think I'm done with it for a while. I will. I'll be canceling my subscription. I got enough other services. Marvel's on Disney. I pay for that. I get Hulu through my homegirl. Shouts to Gail.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta. HBO I don't know. Melanie. I gotta think this through. My roommate, when the last time they raised prices, he dropped it because he was like, "This is bullshit." And I was like, "Well, I still have it. You can use mine. That's fine." But
it's the most expensive one now.
It is,
and it no longer has the most stuff.
Yeah,
You know, like Amazon, I can't cut because I got the delivery thing.
Right.
That alone, I'll pay for the delivery to come in 2 days quick.
Right.
And then on top of that, I'm getting a Netflix equivalent service. Plus, you get the books, you get the radio thing.
Sure.
Amazon, low key, the best deal out of all of these things.
Well,
I'm
I don't know.
sure
Every time I
somewhere.
watch a movie on Amazon, it loses it. It doesn't sync up. Like halfway through, there's a blip, and then the words don't sync with the sound anymore. And I'm just like, and I got to stop it and do the whole thing. But I'm using a Fire Stick, is how I'm watching everything anyway. So I'm still using
like the OG Fire Stick, the first one.
No, I don't think it was the first Fire Stick. I don't know what number Fire Stick they're on now. Yeah, but it's been. I've had this one a couple of years.
Okay, because I know that was one of my when I first got Prime, and then when I put out my special, I couldn't watch my own special because the Fire Stick I had was the first Fire Stick.
Oh,
so like it was on everything but that. So like when I called, like they were like, "Oh, you just complaining because it's yours," and they didn't listen to me. So then I had my wife call as a customer, and they fixed it instantly, but they were like, just so you know, like we're literally fixing this for you. Like no one uses that device anymore.
Oh wow.
So like it might come up again with like other new shit.
Yeah.
So like
no, I know it would. I know mine is it's probably I'm in a way, I think they just did like an upgrade or something. So I'm like, I'm probably due for a new Fire Stick. As it is now, they keep trying to get me to use Alexa instead of the remote. And I was like, I don't do it. I don't do that shit. Y'all keep trying and it's not going to work. Stop
Word
it.
Up.
Stop it. Also, I want Netflix to be open with their viewership numbers, but that's just the wonk in me. That's the person in me who likes to see the ratings and all that kind of shit. I know they never will because they've gotten this far without having to do it, but
we want to know how much we should be paid, and we want to know who's watching Tiger King.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Who are you?
That's it.
I want names.
We don't ask for much. His name, okay? In other news, cannabis compounds might prevent COVID-19 infection, the study shows. Cannabis compounds prevented the coronavirus from infecting healthy cells in a lab, showing promise that the compounds might prevent COVID-19 infections, according to a recent study. Researchers from Oregon State University discovered the two chemical compounds commonly found in hemp, cannabigerolic acid, CBGA, or CBDA, cannabidiolic acid. I'm trying.
No, that's good. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm whirling with it. They both had the potential to keep COVID-19 from forming. According to the study, the compounds bound to the virus spikes protein and block the process in the pathogen's development where it usually infects people. Bang, we out here, baby.
I mean, I'm still not going to smoke.
No, but you can do like a cookie.
I can do like a cookie.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
A brownie for your health? Come on, Sha.
For my health, yeah, but then it's a cookie, so I'm fucking myself up that way.
I mean, no one's done it, but I'm sure like we could make edible broccoli, just nobody wants it. But if you want it, I'll find somebody, Sha. I got people. They'll make you edible vegetables. It'd be no problem.
Maybe. I lived with a couple of people who, when they cook, they infuse weed in everything. And I'm just like, how do I?
That's a little much.
How do you guys just have weed? Everything is just the whole kitchen is just covered in a sheen of weed butter. Or don't eat that. That one has and I'm like, good Lord.
I can't live like that.
Yeah.
I'll be stressed out just with one hot sauce I keep in the fridge. Like that's already enough. Like I had to put like a weird sticker on it to like let the kids know you can't touch this.
Yeah.
Everything else so like is regular and even that stresses me out. Nah, you can't live your life like that.
Well, I mean, I guess it's good if that is the case and it does work and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I'm not. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm not really a weed person, so I mean, it's still not gonna. I don't judge you a lot, but I judge you a little. And so,
a little bit. It's okay.
So I'm just like, great.
Admittedly, it has been like maybe 6 months since I've last partaken.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a while because I've been trying to be productive. So I feel like that gets in the way of that.
See, and look what happened. The whole house.
Yeah, see, I should get back to it then. Let's say nobody's house went on fire when I was taking part.
I'm saying. I mean, I have said that I might try an edible,
Yeah,
but like a candy, because now I understand that no matter what, anything that is related to weed, is
yeah,
just going to give me dry mouth. So now that I know that, and I won't freak out about it, I
yeah.
guess I could give that a try. But I guess only to go to sleep.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I think it's the best reason I use it for. I don't like the smoking thing. I don't do it after trying it because
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I think I told you it's like just for like professional sake. I feel like why am I going to mess with the instrument?
Right.
Like my voice is part of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped. I never took part in that after trying it. And then edibles. Admittedly, I love brownies and cookies, but I'm a diabetic, so I was like, all right, this is just
Right.
too much harm.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm fucking myself up in every way. Uh, so yeah, then I went to like smaller, like I bought like a chocolate bar that you have to take like one like little square,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
and that's been like the most effective as long as I've eaten first.
Mm.
Because then like I would just want to eat the whole bar, and that's the problem too, obviously.
Yes. Sure.
But yeah, that I think has been ideal. With a close second being actually my favorite would be if I could find a diet version of it was weed infused soda.
Oh,
The prop,
I think I had something that was, I think it was an alcoholic drink that was
yeah,
weed infused. And I
I
took
had
one
a
sip and I was like, my eyes are permanently crossed. Like it worked so fast.
yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to make it. And I think I had to do a set. And I was like, I'm not getting out of here alive. One sip. Oh, man.
Yeah, I had a weed infused orange soda, and like Gabby was like, "Are you feeling it?" I was like, "I'm not sure if I'm feeling the weed or the insulin, but I'm feeling something right now." So like, yeah, if they make a diet weed infused orange soda, I'm all in. That'll get me. So yeah, get to work on that, people. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got a
Talk to
market
Fanta.
demo
See
of
what you can
two.
get done.
Word up. You know what I mean? I'm out here. Tennessee jury orders Cracker Barrel to pay a man $9.4 million after he was served a glass filled with chemical.
Wow.
What the hell? Okay, a jury in Marion County, Tennessee, ordered Cracker Barrel to pay a man $9.4 million after they found the company at fault for serving him a glass filled with a chemical instead of water. The size of the award may be capped due to Tennessee law on civil damages. The jury returned with the verdict for compensatory damages of $4.3 million in just 30 minutes. One of the fastest verdicts we have ever seen awarded, and awarded punitive damages on top of that for $5 million after only 10 additional minutes. That's right, they was speeding through this. The speed of the verdict combined with the amount in excess of what we asked for speaks to just how dangerous the Cracker Barrel policy was, said Greer, the plaintiff, William Cronin's attorney. Cracker Barrel said it was disappointed with the award.
Womp.
While, while we have great respect for the legal process, we are obviously disappointed and strongly disagree with the jury's award in this case, which involved an unfortunate and isolated incident that occurred at one of our stores 8 years ago, said Cracker Barrel Media Relations to
Okay.
CNN.
Wait.
Now, yeah,
Let me read what it was. Let me read what
read
happened.
what happened
Uh,
that Cracker Barrel is saying they don't agree with.
yeah. Cronin?
Uh-huh.
Cronin was having lunch at a Cracker Barrel in Marion County in April 2014 when he took a sip of what he believed to be water, only to
Yep.
immediately realize that it was not ice water, but some chemical that caused a burning sensation in his mouth and esophagus, according to the court documents. It was later discovered that he had been served the chemical Ecosan, which was being used
Yo.
as a cleaner in the kitchen area, according to court documents. Ecosan, described as a corrosive chemical in the lawsuit, caused permanent and serious internal injury, physical injury to him. He's still suffering from symptoms, including injuries to his mouth and esophagus. Holy shit.
And Cracker Barrel said, we are obviously disappointed and strongly disagree with the jury's award of this. How? How do you disagree with that?
You are lucky that it's only $9 million.
Yo.
Y'all gave him fucking like liquid comet. Y'all gave him liquid Ajax.
Yo.
Holy crap. And it Ecosan, whatever it is industrial. Yeah. So it's not like a softer version for your own personal kitchen use. It's for like industrial shit.
Yo.
That I'm certain they're like, please put on gloves before reading the label of this cleaner. Please put on goggles before adding it to your cart online. But put on a full hazmat suit before purchasing the stuff.
Ecosan.
Holy crap.
Why is that near the water?
Why is that near the water?
Why?
How did you oopsie?
Those are two different shifts. You know what I'm saying?
That's not even the same
staff. Yo, whoever deals with one should not be wearing the same uniform as the people with the other.
I mean, yo. Oh my God.
How? And then y'all said, yo, we don't agree. We don't agree that he should get. You for real?
It was an isolated incident. One of our stores 8 years ago.
We would hope so.
Why are you bringing up old shit? Man, if y'all don't just cut a check.
Yo, we would understand if there was a epidemic of people drinking Ecosan at our stores. Then we'd agree.
And you're like, sure.
Sure, that's on us.
But
no.
Just one time?
One time? Yeah, I Googled this thing, by the way.
Okay.
It's a clear bottle with the purple label that takes up half of the bottle. Y'all mistook that for water. Y'all saw a bottle.
Oh wow. It's not even label. It's like a handle. It's not even like just a bottle. It's like when you get a handle, like a gallon or 2 gallons.
Nothing about that bottle says beverage.
No.
You get that, you think like, oh, I'm fixing a car.
Yes.
Like, oh, like this antifreeze.
Oh my God.
You know? And you poured that into that man's. This is purposeful.
I don't think it's purposeful. I think it just speaks to what's happening in the back of a Cracker Barrel. I don't think anyone had it out for this dude. I just think maybe someone had it out for that particular Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I feel like this was somebody quitting.
Yeah.
Like if they trace it back, this was somebody's last day. Like somebody, yo, fuck this. Y'all better be wild if I put Ecosan in that water. Yo, watch me. And like resigned like a week later.
Oh wow. A week later. That was them throwing the deuces at the end of that shift.
I don't know who did it.
Oh my God.
Yo, get y'all shit together. Send that dude his 9 M's. Okay? Nerve y'all. Indonesia names a new capital, approving the shift from Jakarta. That's right. Indonesia has named its new capital, Nusantara, as lawmakers approved the shift from Jakarta to Kalimantan, jungle-covered area in the east of Borneo Island. The new name translates to archipelago in the Indonesian language. Concerns over the sustainability of the congested and rapidly sinking political center of Jakarta prompted the need for a new capital, and the nation's House of Reps officially passed a bill on Tuesday regarding the relocation. The relocation of the capital city to Kalimantan is based on several considerations, regional advantages, and welfare, with the vision of the birth of a new economic center of gravity in the middle of
hold on. So Jakarta is sinking, basically?
Yo, straight up.
Jakarta sits on swampy ground near the sea, making it especially prone to flooding, and is one of the fastest sinking cities on Earth. What's the rest of that list?
Yo, we gotta.
Can I see who else is sinking?
Yo, low-key Brooklyn might be on that, actually, now I think about it.
Sinking cities.
Yo, I bring this up only because, like, I know this was an option. Like, I know you could do this.
I didn't either.
You know, like.
Okay, I think I
found the list.
I think I found a list. Let's see here. I don't know how. I don't know how trustworthy this list is because it's from a site called curlytails.com.
Oh, they official. Okay. They official.
Curlytails.com. 6 of the world's fastest sinking cities you should visit before they are no more. This seems to be. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is like a travel. All right. So number 1 is Jakarta, Indonesia.
Okay.
Number 2 is Miami Beach, Florida.
Holla.
Number 3 is Venice, Italy.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it's already.
Yeah, it's in the water.
Yeah, it's in the water. So, duh, on that one. Number 4 is Mexico City.
Underdog. Okay.
Number 5, of course, is New Orleans.
Word. Should have known.
And number 6 is Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay.
All right. So, wow. Holy crap. I did not realize it'd be that quick. It'd be that easy to find 6 sinking cities.
You know, like this me and my family had an argument about this because we were talking about like dream homes. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, I found a house that I fell in love with in Brooklyn that is on the beach. And it's in this like private town right next to Coney Island.
Okay.
I think it's called like Seagate. So it's like a beautiful home. It's worth like 2.5 M's, you know? So like for Brooklyn, to me, that's like affordable.
Right.
You talking about like I'm getting beachfront property on a private beach.
Right.
And I still get to say I'm in Brooklyn. That's unheard of.
Uh-huh.
That sounds like magic. Right. But the catch is that it's by the water.
Yes.
So they're like, you know, in like 50, 60 years, it'll be sunk. Like you'll probably have like to redo the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, so, you know, like, they're like, you know, what your kids won't have their house. And I'm like, I'm the one, I'm buying that. Like, I'm here now. So like, why would I care about the house they not getting 20 years after I die? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm lucky, I'm 30, I'm in my 30s, Sean. You think I'm gonna make it to 90? So what does 90-year-old Gastor care about that house being underwater?
Okay. All right. See, now this is, everyone remember you're hearing this. So the next time anybody mentions generational wealth, know that this is how boomerism starts. Everybody keeps talking about boomers they don't give a fuck about the younger people. And they're all people your age, Gastor, talking about, they didn't look out for us, blah, 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 blah. This is how it starts. I don't give a fuck if my beach house sinks when I'm gone.
Right.
Because it's up to my kids. That's bullshit.
Well, I'm leaving them another house. I'm just saying my house.
You're leaving them another house. No, when you die, that house is going to them as well.
I'm just saying, I can't solve all your problems, okay? I paid for your education.
You don't have to solve all the problems, but you don't have to create more.
Just take that. It's not even your L. It's dead means
also,
L.
Don't think, and I mean, that 20-year estimate is generous. Don't think if you were to buy that house in 2 years, that shit you wouldn't already feel the problems from it in another 10.
Nah, for sure. You're right.
I mean, the way we treat in this world right now.
Word. But I will say, for 5 years, my house would be the house.
That is
like everybody come to my crib.
What a wild personal view.
I'll probably be on the list just like this. 5 comedians' houses you should visit
before they sink.
You know what I mean? That'd be me right there. You know? Oh man. Finally, Fashion designer sues Lego over leather jacket worn by a toy and Tony on Queer Eye set. That's right. This is all the stuff shot on like.
No,
Okay.
not all of it. I like Legos. I mean, all right. Let me read this one then. Let's see what we're talking about here.
Let's do it.
Lego is being sued over a tiny black jacket worn by a figurine in a Queer Eye toy set released last year, which depicts the original Atlanta loft featured in the hit Netflix show. Fashion designer James Concannon, whose clothes are often worn by Queer Eye star Anthony Porowski. Porowski, huh? That's not where I would have. Anyway, filed a lawsuit against the Danish toy company in a Connecticut district court in December. According to the complaint, Concannon asserts that in 2018, he created a custom leather jacket with his signature propaganda-infused aesthetic. What the fuck? For Anthony, having already several of his designs appear in Queer Eye since 2017. Okay. The New York-based designer who is seeking damages has accused Lego of making a blatant copy of the jacket without his permission. Concannon claims that while the show's production team has always cleared his designs for use, Netflix allegedly didn't contact him to ask for permission to use the jacket on a 2019 episode of the show. He assumed at the time it was an oversight and didn't pursue the issue until the release of the toy set in September 2021. Wow. And there is a side-by-side comparison of the leather jacket. So his, what did he call it? Signature propaganda-infused aesthetic is, you can't see my eye rolls on the podcast, but trust me, they're there. It's a great time for you to switch over to YouTube and see me react to this. He takes a leather jacket and then he stencils some shit on it. So that's what they did with the little Lego body for Anthony, is they painted on a little leather jacket that has some of the stuff stenciled on it. Like the real jacket said, "Time is on my side," and that's THYME. Time is on my side. And the Lego jacket has written on the back of it, "Rebuild the world."
Yeah, I actually like the Lego's logo, like the wording better. I thought it was a better phrase.
Yeah, time is on my side. I mean, I don't know exactly how political that is.
Word, yeah.
But I guess it's part of his aesthetic. Anyway, so
I thought that was like a vegetable for some reason.
It's a seasoning.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, it's an herb. An herb and spice.
So ain't that kind of weird to like be like repping like veganism on leather?
No, it's not. It's not veganism. It's
no,
it's not that. It's literally just like seasoning that you sprinkle on. Okay. So it's not like cilantro. There's nothing political about thyme. Okay, with a Y. Got you. Parsley, sage, rosemary, they got their own issues, but thyme is pretty neutral.
Thyme is Switzerland of the seasoning. Okay, basically. I got you. I felt mixed on this. Like, on the one hand, like, yo, you being wild silly, my G. Mm-hmm. Like, we talking Legos, okay? Let it go. On the other hand, I kind of get, like, this felt like Funky Drummer, like, suing rappers because they ain't get paid when they sample their drums.
Right.
You know, so, like, I kind of get that. You know, like, for example, like, I love the pictures, but I get low-key tight when, like, I see, like someone that, like, gentrifies Bushwick and takes pictures in front of really dope graffiti posts.
Sure.
And don't tag the graffiti artist. Right. They're just like, yo, this is my hood. I'm like, you ain't make that. Like, and that's the only cool part of the picture.
Right.
You know, so I kind of get them on that. But it just feels silly because it's Lego. Like, ain't no little kid, like, I don't know. I feel like let the little kid enjoy the little leather jacket.
Well, I think his beef might be more with Netflix.
Yeah.
Because he said they didn't ask permission.
And yeah,
and they normally had before. So I mean, like, I like, you can get mad at Lego. I guess basically it comes down to who decided what version of the Queer Eye guys would be used for the Lego set.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So then it may be, maybe Lego came through and watched the episodes and they said, we want this version of Karamo, this version of Tan, this version of Anthony, and then the other two, whatever their names are. And
Right.
maybe they picked out from different episodes, or maybe Netflix was like, here, do this one, because it also is apparently of a particular loft in Atlanta, which I guess is where, because I know their first seasons they shot in Atlanta, and I guess they were based in some loft. And or if Netflix was like, do this episode, these clothes, or or if each individual Queer Eye guy picked out their favorite outfit for the whatnot. In which case, his beef, depending on who did it, his beef is really kind of with them, right? But also Lego for, I guess, making money. But you got to include the other person. And if it turns out it's Anthony, that's going to be a problem. Because ain't they tight?
Yeah, right. Like, that's your man.
Yeah.
Right there.
So I don't know if he's hoping this will supersede any other ones. But I mean, he may have beef with all of them, and maybe they all need to chip in. I mean, Netflix is, give my $2 to that dude then.
Yeah.
Don't go raise my rate.
I ain't mad at that.
I'll put one of my extra dollars to this guy.
Yo, because this like opens up a ton of doors then, right? Like, because now I want to see the Lego set and like see all the other shirts, because all these dudes wear like real specific gear.
Right.
So like, wouldn't other designers be able to say, actually, what this guy was rocking is my shit specifically too?
Right.
Or like I don't know their names, but like the guy with the gray hair.
Oh yeah, Tan. Yeah.
Yeah, like that dude, if I'm his hairdresser, I would be like, well, actually, that hair design is only done by me. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. The picture in the article has the Anthony guy wearing the jacket, right?
Right.
So then if that's the one where they're like, here's how we're going to, this is everybody, and here's what we want the outfits to look like for Lego. Then yeah, maybe it was Lego's job to clear all of that. But if Netflix gave them all of that information and didn't have the information for this jacket because they never got the information from the dude, then that's kind of Netflix's fault. But then it's also kind of that dude's fault because he noticed it, but was just like, we're probably good.
Right,
and then Lego just went ahead like, well, there's no one listed here, so I guess they just made that up in the Netflix fashion factory, and now here we are. But
don't let that shit slide, B.
Yeah, you gotta ask for it.
End up like Pete Rock yelling at Nas this week. Okay,
what? Pete Rock was yelling at Nas?
You ain't heard about this? Pete Rock, I ain't even cover it. I ain't think nobody but like us would know. But like, Pete Rock did The World Is Yours first on the Nas first album,
right?
And he says that he's getting publishing, but he's not getting the other, like the performance royalties, because he, unlike every other producer on the album, is actually on the song. He sings the chorus.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm entitled to both sides of the checks.
Uh-huh.
And on top of that, little known fact, The World Is Yours is the song by Nas that is most sampled by other artists.
Uh-huh.
Including that hook.
Right.
So again, he's like, I should be getting crazy checks from both sides. So like his like lawyer went through all of it, and he's like, yo, like I think like he owe you over $1 million at this point. So like you should bring it up. And like he did, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna clear that, but like you got more beats. And he was like, yeah. So he was like, all right, hook us up with 2 more beats on this other thing. We'll get to that. He gave him 2 more beats for a new project. Publishing coming through still, but they never addressed the first thing. So he went public with the complaints now. He like, yeah, I need all my M's. Same idea. He was like, yeah, we'll get to that. He trusted that they would solve it. That dude Nas was doing tours at Harvard. Columbia Records ain't sending you shit. You know what I mean? You got Search. MC Search is out there living life, doing documentaries. All these people is eating. P-Rock's still in Mount Vernon. Okay?
Look. Search gets his money off top. Like, I can't. I don't know if y'all know this. All that Nas love, Search gets his cut first thing. So,
word up. Talk to him.
I do know that. Yeah.
That's the only thing I found weird. I was like, yo, I don't know why you asking Nas. I feel like Nas would be like the last. He probably getting jerked in the whole situation too.
Probably. But yeah, I mean,
he mentioned the check.
You want to rope Nas in so that he is at least aware before you go attacking the record label, right?
Yeah.
So that at least you have Nas on your side. It's one thing to like do that and not let Nas know, and Nas like, hey man, why are you going after so and so for stuff on my record or whatever? You want to at least let that dude know. See if Nas can make it right.
Word.
And since he can't, then Pete Rock's got to do what he's got to do.
That's it. You heard it here first. Pete Rock, Nas, and fashion designer James Concanon, one and the same.
No.
Not at all.
That fashion designer did not put horns on everything. Like Pete Rock did. All right. Who knows? I don't even know if any of our listeners know what we're talking about at this point.
If you would like for us to design the Venn diagram of Queer Eye listeners and Pete Rock fans, all you gotta do is like and subscribe to the show. If you are an Apple or Spotify listener, we would appreciate your ratings greatly. 4 stars means you like Pete Rock or Queer Eye. You don't like both. That's a shame. 5 stars, you are one of one. You want this Venn diagram designed, ironically, by James Concanon, because he's the only person I know in design right now. I just read his name. If you have any articles you'd like us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. With all that said, I am the soon-to-be leather jacket wearing, rebuild the world on my back, Gastor Almonte, always with the horn added.
Okay, that's fair. I will add a horn. Yeah, you're going to get a cornet on everything with me. Absolutely.
Shalewa Sharpe. And this is Little War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.